Preseason was a largely productive one for Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool, taking in trips to Hong Kong, Munich, Berlin and Dublin, racking up 14,791 air miles and securing 6 wins out of a possible 8, with the German fielding 34 different players who scored 19 goals between them, conceding just 4 times. The Red summer was equally as valuable on the training field as it was on the pitch, too, with a 10-day jaunt in Klopp's homeland particularly useful, as he oversaw triple training sessions in picturesque Rotterdam in Bavaria, steeling his side for a grueling campaign that will see Liverpool fight on 4 fronts as they return to the European stage. However, while their preparations can be deemed hugely positive, the summer has brought its casualties, too, most notably, injury to Adam Lallana, who faces up to 3 months on the sidelines. Withdrawn at half-time in Liverpool's Audi Cup clash with Atletico Madrid in Munich, Lallana was revealed to have suffered a thigh injury, joining Nathaniel Klein, Jordan Henderson, Philippe Coutinho and Daniel Sturridge among Klopp's absentees. But unlike his company on the treatment table, Lallana is unlikely to feature for the Reds until the latter stages of 2017, and if he is set for a 3-month layoff, this could see him miss a possible 17 games, including the 3rd and 4th rounds of the League Cup and the first 3 group stage clashes in either the Champions League or in the Europa League, depending on the result of their playoff against Hoffenheim in mid-August. This includes outings against Arsenal H, Manchester City A, Manchester United H and Tottenham Hotspur A in the Premier League, underlining the importance of a strong start to the campaign in 2017. Without Lallana, this will be significantly more difficult, with the 29-year-old carving out a key role under Klopp last season, operating in a newly adapted role in the middle of the park. Lallana led Liverpool's pressing game from his overlapping duty in midfield, chasing down loose balls, putting pressure on opposing defenders and contributing to a slick, overwhelming attacking game alongside the likes of Philippe Coutinho, Sadio Mane and Roberto Firmino. While the arrival of Mohamed Salah, and the subsequent shifting of Coutinho from the left flank to the number 8 role, could have hampered Lallana's prospects in 201,718, it is likely that the England international was earmarked for a similar level of prominence, with Jorginho Wijnaldum serving as a utility player instead, and with RB Leipzig unlikely to part ways with Klopp's priority midfield target Naby Keita, Liverpool currently look set to forge on with their current crop, for 3 months, the Hunter. Lallana's injury has, seemingly, already had ramifications on Klopp's plans, with James Milner now considered for a return to midfield and, following 2 impressive displays against Bayern Munich and Athletic Bilbao, Alberto Moreno now being considered for an extended stay on Merseyside. Our situation, I thought today and this pre-season, brought us new players, if you want, Klopp told reporters after the 3-1 win over Bilbao in Dublin. Alberto Moreno is 100% back, which is very nice after a really difficult year. That means Millie is free for midfield, so without being in the transfer market we have a new midfield player, which is nice. The 50-year-old also mentioned the positive progress of academy winger Ryan Kent and summer arrival Dominic Solanke, with the ex-Chelsea teenager now ready for some adult football. While many were quick to take a cynical view to Klopp's stance, with criticism mounting over the Reds' lack of transfer activity, there is certainly virtue in his open-door policy, and, in light of Lallana's injury, Liverpool's pre-season was one of considerable opportunity for 3 young midfielders Marco Grujic, Ovie Ejaria and Ben Woodburn. After a difficult first season on Merseyside that saw him make just 8 first-team appearances as he struggled with a long-term hamstring injury, Grujic looks the best place to fill in for Lallana on paper at 21, HES the oldest and, as a title winner with Red Star Belgrade and an established under-21 international with Serbia, the most experienced, while he has the physicality and dynamism to take up the role as the roving midfielder. Grujic also played the most minutes of the trio in pre-season 280, suggesting Klopp is ready to put his faith in Liverpool's number 16, and while he rightly has reservations about his off-ball work, there is a solid foundation to build on in 201,718. A similarly tall, leggy talent, Ejaria returned to pre-season later than the majority of Klopp's squad, heading back to Merseyside after England's U20 World Cup success behind on fitness, making his first appearance of the summer in the 30 victory over Hertha Berlin, as a second-half replacement for Emre Can. Unlike Grujic, Ejaria is a more technical midfielder, adept at breaking through lines with the ball at his feet, moving with guile and finesse, with his dribbling ability certainly comparable to Lallana. The former Arsenal youth does remain a work in progress, however, and having played just 103 minutes for the Reds during pre-season, will need to be eased back into contention. Most interesting has been the development of Woodburn throughout pre-season, with Klopp largely fielding the prodigious 17-year-old in a new role in the middle of the park. Given his lack of pace and stature, though he has clearly bulked up over the summer, a midfield duty seems to suit Woodburn more so than out wide or up front, and against the likes of Crystal Palace and Bayern Munich he showcased his eye for a pass, threading a sumptuous ball through for Sturridge to net the Reds' third goal in victory over the latter. Furthermore, Liverpool's first-team development coach Pep Lijnders has hailed Woodburn's burgeoning ability to structure the press, suggesting the Wales youth international would be capable of taking up the mantle from Lallana if called upon. A rare two-footed, tactically flexible, relentlessly hard-working, creative and, belying his current status, incredibly fit player, there is arguably no like-for-like alternative to Lallana in Klopp's squad, and though he has a plethora of senior options to call upon in his absence, his layoff is undoubtedly a blow. But as Liverpool traverse a four-pronged campaign in the Premier League, FA Cup, League Cup and in Europe, Klopp can utilise his youth ranks to flesh out his squad, with Grujic, Ajaria and, particularly, Woodburn representing able deputies to the Reds' number 20. Factoring that trio in alongside Coutinho, Wijnaldum, Can, Henderson and Milner, Klopp still has a strong midfield contingent to draw from, even without Lallana, and, in turn, this will aid the St Albans native's transition back into the first team on his recovery towards the end of the year. Share this 32,448.